Here's the latest from Eyewitness News. Well, you saw it. The battle for the Big Bronze Pig is over at the Metrodome, and Iowa brings home the bacon. Well, thousands of people show up at Memorial Stadium at the U for a statewide rally against nuclear arms. Actress Jennifer O'Neill recovers from a shooting police now say was accidental. And we'll have the latest on the unsolved stabbing murders of Kimberly Compton and Barbara Simons. These stories are all part of Eyewitness News next.
To celebrate our victory over the Big Mac and Wendy's single for best taste, Burger King presents our first television coupon. Good for a free Whopper this weekend only. All you do is buy one Whopper and say,
"The Whopper beats the Big Mac."
Just say that and get your second Whopper free.
Whopper beats the Big Mac.
That's right, for best taste.
The Whopper beats the Big Mac.
Buy a Whopper, get one free at Burger King this weekend only. Just say,
"The Whopper beats the Big Mac."
Your Minnesota driver's license or state ID card could be worth up to $1,000 in cash during the WAYL sweepstakes. Every hour from 6 in the morning till 8 at night, Whale announces a driver's license or state ID number worth up to $1,000. But you have to listen to Whale to win. The Whale sweepstakes, offering $150,000 in cash. You see, it pays to relax at the place to relax. WAYL FM 94.
Nobody serves our republic like Republic. Nobody serves as many cities as we do.
Starting October 31st, Republic flies nonstop to New York. And through November 15th, you can fly for just $98. $98 to New York's LaGuardia with Republic's famous in-flight service. $98, no restrictions. The lowest nonstop fare by far to New York.
Nobody serves our republic like Republic.
Now, Marcia Fleur, meteorologist Dave Dahl, and Larry Burnett with sports. This is Eyewitness News.
Good evening. Plenty of action at the Dome tonight. 20,000 or more screaming Iowans with plenty to scream about. The rest of the packed house urging the Gophers on. Rob Lear followed the whole game. What can I say? What can you say? They did their best.
Well, there's a lot of people in very good moods tonight down in Iowa City, and also the great many that are here at the Metrodome. But the battle of the backyard rivals won by the Iowa Hawkeyes tonight. Very hard-fought physical football game. Final score 21-16. Injuries, interceptions, and Iowa ball control proved to be the difference. Touchdown fourth quarter effort here by Eddie Phillips. Put it out of hand. The Hawks led at 7-6 at the half, 14-9 end of three quarters. Gophers could only manage but 3 field goals by Jim Gallery, and later fourth quarter touchdown, Marcia. We'll take an in-depth look later on in sports.
Thank you very much, Rob. Well, the Hawkeyes go home with some terrific memories of the game, but there is one sour note in that visit to the Metrodome. They didn't like the ban on tailgating. More from reporter Angela Shelley.
Here in the shadow of the Metrodome, this is what Iowa cars and vans look like when they're not tailgating. And believe me, the Iowans don't like it. Were you counting on tailgating then?
Yes, we were. In fact, we drove around for about a half hour trying to find a gate that didn't say tailgating on it. No tailgating. So we decided that we could have our own party inside, and we did.
What do you think about not being able to tailgate?
It bugs us. That's part of our day. So we're doing it inside, and we love where we are, and I love Minnesota.
Were you surprised that there was no tailgating here?
Yes, I think we were. We drove over here and found that tailgating is prohibited. Why?
There's been a lot of insulting jokes going around lately about Iowa.
The Minnesota people. We don't care. You know, we're good-natured people. All we want to do is tailgate.
And we won't let you.
I know you won't, but we still will.
But despite the tailgate ban, Iowans still flock to the game, decked out in Iowa garb from head to toe. The latest Hawkeye put-down joke would probably say that's so Iowa fans can remember who to root for. But don't worry, the Hawks had plenty of Minnesota put-down jokes to fire back. Undaunted, they strolled along behind enemy lines, gazing at the big buildings, shopping along the big downtown mall.
Time to beat the Gophers.
Predicting a big Iowa victory, and often dressed up like big bumblebees. Angela Shelley, Channel 5, Eyewitness News.
About 1,000 people met at the Gophers' Old Playing Field Memorial Stadium for a nuclear freeze rally this afternoon. Organizers of the rally had hoped for a turnout of 15,000. The 5,000 to 10,000 who did come heard such speakers as Georgia State Senator and Civil Rights Leader Julian Bond, as well as Mayors Latimer and Fraser. Besides calling for a nuclear freeze, participants asked for a shift in funds from the military to social services. In Washington, a senior State Department official said it was time for the Arab countries to, quote, come out of the closet, end quote, and make clear whether they will recognize Israel. Morocco's King Hassan is in Washington today, and he said the Arab world will recognize Israel if certain conditions are met. Foremost among those conditions, the Israeli withdrawal from the territories it captured in the 1967 war. Hassan is leading an Arab delegation that is meeting with President Reagan this week. A U.S. official said the King's statement today was at least a marginal advance in the Arab attitude toward Israel. Police in Bedford Hills, New York, now say the shooting of actress Jennifer O'Neill last night was accidental. They say there was no attempt on the actress's life, but the police also concede they're still not sure how that shooting took place. O'Neill was shot in the abdomen and is now hospitalized in stable condition. A spokesman for the actress says she is a gun control advocate. She might have been gathering guns for some unknown purpose when one of them just went off. And authorities in Sierra Vista, Arizona are trying to figure out the motive of today's shooting that reportedly left 2 people dead and at least 9 wounded. 2 of those victims were members of a controversial religious sect that has been at odds with the community and with authorities. 7 of the wounded were sheriff's deputies. The verdict is guilty in the trial of 2 men accused of setting off a bomb that blew a 5-story hole in the Lake Tahoe Resort Hotel 2 years ago. That blast caused $16 million in damage to Harvey's Resort Hotel, but no one was injured in the explosion. The explosion was part of an extortion scheme to get $3 million from the hotel's owners. And a construction worker from South Dakota was found guilty last night of murdering a former homecoming queen from Murdoch, Minnesota. 22-year-old Dale Lones stands convicted of killing Deanne Dahl by slashing her throat last July. Lones is scheduled for sentencing November 29th. Police in the Twin Cities have a prime suspect in the unsolved stabbing murders of Kimberly Compton and Barbara Simons. Investigators are trying to link a recorded confession to the murders with the man they now have in custody. More from reporter Dave Andrews.
On June 3rd of 1981, the body of Kimberly Compton, stabbed 61 times, is discovered in St. Paul. Following that murder, police received this phone call.
Will you find me? I just stabbed somebody with a nightstick. I can't stop myself. I keep killing somebody.
And on August 6th of this year in Minneapolis, police find the body of Barbara Simons. She has been stabbed more than 100 times. And again, police receive a phone call, apparently from the same man.
Fire emergency. Please don't talk to me, Blessed. I'm sorry I killed that girl. I stabbed her 40 times. Kimberly Compton was the first one over 3.
Police believe the frantic, almost hysterical voice belongs to Paul Michael Stefani. Stefani is now in jail. He was arrested August 21st after another Twin Cities woman survived an attack by a man during which she also was stabbed repeatedly. Stefani has been charged with attempted murder in that case, but police now do not have enough evidence to charge him with the Compton or Simons murders. To try to develop their case, they are now working with Lieutenant Lonnie Smirkowski of the Michigan State Police, a recognized authority in the field of voice identification, to see if the voice on the recorded phone calls can be positively identified as that of Stefani's. Lieutenant Smirkowski will not discuss the specifics of his work in the ongoing Stefani investigation, but he is doing essentially the same kind of voice analysis he has done for police departments throughout the country. His work deals with spectrograms, commonly referred to as voice prints of spoken words. Smirkowski says under proper conditions, he can identify unknown voices by comparing them to recordings of known speakers. The primary tool in the process is this sound spectrograph machine, which transforms the sound of spoken words into a visual display of that sound. The theory is that no 2 individuals have the same voice print.
The end product is the speech spectrogram, or what's